Hi everyone, my name is Tariq and this is my audience Marianne who has holding the camera.
Hello.
We all come from apes that lived in Africa. This is a very interesting subject. The human origin is so interesting because we all want to know where we come from, who we are, and because of religion, because of the controversy around the subject. To start talking about this subject, modern science has been, with the help of genetics and intricate fossil hunting, can tell us a lot about history and describe our evolution. Today, I will tell you about how we evolved, where we come from, our ancestors' migration, and theories around it. To start, of course, we have to start with Charles Darwin, the first evolutionist and the father of all theories of evolution. The first man that mentioned that they came from apes. I'm not going to cite in particular what he said, but he said that we graduated insensibly from some ape-like creature. Now, according to Leakey Louise, we are part of 12 apes that walked upright on Earth. Today, there exist only two, us, the humans, and bonobos, these animals. They are the closest to us, and they share 99% of our genetic codes. Other gorillas and apes share about 90%. Pretty much, this Leakey, she excavated one of our ancestors from about 2 million years ago. This is in the Homo era. This particular individual was Homo erectus. They lived in Africa about 2 million years ago. And their descendants moved, according to fossils, to Republic of Georgia, and even more found in Florence Island, in Indonesia, and dwarfed to about less than 4 feet. So in terms of history, and generation, the Homo erectus left Africa in about 1.8 million years ago. The early Homo sapiens have showed up in Africa about 600,000 years ago. We evolved in Africa about 200,000 years ago. And we left Africa about only 70,000 years ago. And this is a very important point in our history, because after 70,000 years ago, we evolved. We had complex communication and art and craft. And the question is, why did we move from Africa to go around the world and to have all this diversity? Well, the question is very simple and was answered by the research of famous genealogist Spencer Wells, who have found out that we lived about 70,000 years ago during the Ice Age, when we were down to only 2,000 people. During the Ice Age, the ice has sucked all the moisture out of the atmosphere, making Africa very dry and leading to the growth of the desert. The desert was so huge and affected humankind drastically and led them to moving out to different parts of Africa. The early Homo sapiens, or our ancestors, they moved east. They moved east to Middle East, and then to Southeastern Asia, and then they moved up north later on to grasslands in Europe and in North Africa to Morocco. Okay. So this is what has been proven by science, but there is other theories that are interesting that I'd like to mention. One of the theories is theory of modern intelligent design. This is something that I've discussed with by interviewing my uncle. Um, Pretty much, people believe that that okay, in modern design they believe that God created humans and they're not part of the evolutionary process. I also found talk about and found a modern theory that we are come from apes that lived some part in some parts of our chain. There was apes that lived on water because we are naked. Um, but only science can prove all that, and only time can tell us. But with the modern science and the help of modern genetics, we were able to tell so much about our history and where we come from. Today, I talked about our evolution, where we come from, our ancestors, and how they moved around, their migration, and some theories around the subject. Um, Thank you for your time. I hope this was very informative. And remember, we all come from Africa.